Hello students, welcome to Strides. Here with the second episode of our squares and square roots. Now in the first video we had discussed about the various concepts of squares and square roots. Okay. Now in that what did we discuss? The different what is the concept of square, what is the square concept of square root, and how those numbers by just observing the number how we can identify whether they are perfect squares or not, and all these things we discussed in the previous video. Now here in this video we are going to discuss about the methods to find out the square roots. Okay, to find out the square there is a simple method that we can just multiply it. Okay, but in case of finding out the square roots there are two different methods. And which are those two different methods? The one is prime factorization method. Now prime factorization you have already done in class 7th. We find out the prime factors of the given numbers. Okay, so one is the prime factorization and the other is the division method. Okay, in this video we are just discussing about the prime factorization method. Okay, now prime factorization means prime numbers. We just split the given number into prime numbers, into its prime factors. Okay, prime factors, prime numbers are those which are either divisible by itself or by 1. Okay, so here we have the first method of finding out the square root is prime factorization method, and the other is the division method. So here in the prime factorization method what do? We just factorize the given number into its prime factors and then bring it into pairs. Okay, make it into pairs. For every two factors we get 1. Okay, two same factors. Okay, when we do it we'll further be able to understand it in a proper manner. Okay, so let's find out the square root of, first we take a simple and small number, and that is 256. We need to find out the square root of 256. So doing the prime factorization, so we know that the last number is the number at the units place is 6, which is an even number. Therefore it can be divisible by 2. So dividing it by 2, 2 ones are 2, and then 2 twos are 4, 1 remains here, then 2 eights are 16. Now again we can take 2 because here 8 is again an even number. Okay, so 2, now 12 we have to take together because 1 is smaller than 2. So 12, so 2 6s are 12 and 2 4s are 8. Now again we can take 2 because here we are having 4. So 2 3s are 6, 2 2s are 4. Again 2, 2 1s are and 2 6s are. Again 2, 2 8s are. Again 2, 2 4s are. 2 2s are and 2 1s are. So all the prime factors we have got in 2s only. Okay, now what we are supposed to do is we are just supposed to write it in the form in the factors. Okay, so we'll just write it here. 2, how many times we are getting 2? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, so we'll write it here 8 times. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and one more 8. Okay, now for every 2 2's we will take only 1 because we are finding out the square root. Square root means when the number multiplied by itself gives the given number. Okay, so for every 2 2's we are supposed to take 1. For these 2 we are supposed to take 1. For these 2 we are supposed to take 1. For these 2 we will take 1, and for these 2 we will take 1. Okay, so is equal to, so we have just written it in the product form. That means we have just written the value of 256 in the form of prime factors. Now we have taken 1 in place of 2, so how we will write it? Square root of 256 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay, that is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. That is equal to 16. So square root of 256 is equal to 16. Okay, so this is the prime factorization where we find out the prime factors of the given number to find out the square root. Okay, let us take one more example, that is The other example is 6400. Okay, finding out the square root of this number. Okay, now if we again start with the prime factorization, then we can see here that this number again is divisible by 2 because it has 0 in the end. So 2 3s are 6, 2s are 0 and 0. Okay, 2 1s are 6s are 0 and 0. Okay, 2 8s are 0 0. 2 4s are 0 and 0. 2 2s are 0 and 0. 2 1s are 0 0. 2 5 zeros are 2 25 times, and now it is divisible by only 5 ones. So writing it in the form of factors, we get 6400 is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Again we are having 8 twos. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. Okay, now we are having 5s also. So 1 and 2. 2 5s we are having. For every 2s we will take 1. So 2 into 2, then again 2, again a 2 and 5. Okay, so square root of 6400 is equal to 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16 and 16 5s are 80. So square root of 6400 is equal to 80. That is our answer. So here what we are supposed to do is just prime factorization, and for every pair we take 1 2. Okay, one number for each pair, because when the number multiplied to itself gives the perfect square. So we need to find out a number which we can take out. For every 2 we can take out 1, so that when it is multiplied to itself it may give the given number as a square. Okay, so this is the prime factorization method. Now we are asked to find out the square roots of the given number, but sometimes we are asked in the application manner. That means to apply this in our practical life, how we can use the concept of square root in our practical life. So the questions like this are asked, that suppose there are if we can take suppose 900 students are there in the school, and the teacher is willing to arrange them in the assembly in such a manner that there are as many rows as there are number of students, okay, in one row. Okay, so how will we do that? It can also be asked that a gardener wants to plant the plants, okay, and he wants to plant in such a manner that number of plants in one row is equal to the number of rows. So how will he do that? Now I took an example of 900. Okay, so 900 students are there, and or 900 plants a gardener wants to plant, but in each row there should be as many plants as there are number of rows. So in that case we are supposed to find out the square root, because number of plants in the row can be equal to the number of rows only when it is making a square. 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, then only it can make a square. Okay, so the same thing we will do here. We'll find out a square root. It can also be asked like this, that the area of a square is like if I say 289 meter square, then what will be the side of the square? So in that case we are supposed to find out the square root of 289. We will find out the square root of 289 because what is the area of a square? Area of square is equal to side square. Now we are given the area. This is the area that is given to us. So if we want to find out the side, then what we will do? Just the opposite of this. That means side is equal to square root of area. Okay, so side is equal to square root of 289. Okay, so side will be equal to the square root of 289. We have read in the previous video that is equal to 17. So side is equal to 17 meters. Like this type of questions are generally asked. Okay, now let us come to the point. The question was, how will a gardener arrange the plants, or how will a teacher arrange the students so that number of students in the row are equal to the number of rows. Okay, so here we are supposed to find out the square root. So here 9, 2 zeros are there, that means it is divisible by 2. So first we will divide it by 2, 2 4s are, 5s are, zeros are. Again by 2 because there is 1 0, the 2s are, 2s are and 5s are. Now it is not divisible by 2. It can be divisible by 3 or by 5. So let's see if it is divisible by 3. 2 plus 2 4, 4 plus 5 9. Of course we can divide it by 3. So 3 7s are 21, 5s are. Again we can divide it by 3. 3 2s are, 5s are. Okay, now we can divide only by 5. So our prime factorization is done here. So 900 is equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. So for each pair we will bring one number outside the bracket or for the square root. Okay, so square root of 900 is equal to 2 into 3 into 5. So 2 3s are 6 and 6 5s are 30. So square root of 900 is 30. This implies that number of students in one row or the number of row both are equal to 30. There will be 30 students in one row and the number of rows will also be equal to 30. Okay, so like this the questions are asked. Now one more thing. One more type of questions that are asked is, we are not given a perfect square number. Okay, we are not given a perfect square number and we are asked that what should be multiplied to this number or what should be divided from this number so that the number that we get is a perfect square number. Okay, like this questions are asked. So how will we solve that? For example, if we are given a number 2352, 2352. Okay, we are asked that what should be multiplied to this number to make it a perfect square number. Okay, we already know that the number which is having 2 at the end will never be a perfect square number. We have already read this in our previous video. Okay, so it is not a perfect square number. So what we are asked is that what should be multiplied to this number so that it becomes a perfect square. Now for that again we are supposed to do the prime factorization. So starting with the prime factorization, what we are supposed to do? The same thing. 2 is there in the end, that means it is divisible by 2. So 2 1s are again, 2 7s are and 2 6s are. Again dividing it by 2, 2 5s are 10, 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16. 2 2s are 4, 9 and 4. Again by 2, 1s are 4s are 7s are. Now we cannot divide it by 2 because we are having odd number in the end. So 1 plus 4 is equal to 5 and 5 plus 7 is equal to 12. So it is divisible by 3. Dividing it by 3, what do we get? 3 4s are 12 and 9s are, yes, 9s are 27. 3, now it is not divisible by 3. So we only number which by which 49 is divisible is 7. So 7 7 1. Okay, so we have done the prime factorization of 2352 and that is equal to 1 2 3 4. 4 times we are having 2, once we are having 3 and twice we are having 7. Now see, these two numbers are in pair, these are in pair and these are in pair. But 3 is not in pair. If we multiply a 3 to this number, then we can get a perfect square number. Okay, so we are supposed to multiply it. So just we write that since 3 is not in pairs, therefore 3 should be multiplied. What we should multiply? 3. We multiplied. Okay, now we are also supposed to find out that perfect square number as well as the square root of it. So the perfect, what will be the perfect square number? 2352 multiplied by 3, and that gives us equal to 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, 3 3s are 9, 10 we get, 3 2s are 6, 7. The perfect square number is 7056. And now from this working we can find out its square root. What will be the square root? Just in these pairs we will get one more, and that will be of 3. So 7056, so the square root of 7056 will be equal to 2 into 2 into 3 into 7. Because we will multiply one more 3 here, we have already multiplied one more 3, so we have got a pair of 3 also. Okay, so the square root of 7056 is 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, and 12 7s are, yes, 84. Okay, so this is the perfect square number. The perfect square number is 7056 and the square root of it is 84. So this type of questions we are asked that what should be multiplied to a particular number to make it a perfect square. Now the same question can be asked in the opposite way also, that what should be divided from this number so that it makes it a perfect square. In that case also our answer will be 3. Why? Because 3 is not in pairs. So if we divide this number by 3, then also it will make it a perfect square number. Let us take the example from this only, then we will take one more example. Okay, so 3 is not in pairs. So what will we write here? Therefore 2352 should be divided by 3. Should be divided by 3. Okay, so we will divide this number 2352 by 3. What do we get? 3 7s are 21, 2 5 it remains. So 3 8s are what will be there? 3 8s are 2, 3 7s are 21, 2 remains, so 3 8s are 24, and then we are having 1 2 12, so 4. Okay, now this 784 is a perfect square number of which number? Now we have removed this 2, so we can write it ourselves that square root of 784 will be equal to 2 into 2 into 7. That means 2 2s are 4, 4 7s are 28. It is the square of 28. So in this manner we can also find out that by what number a particular number should be divided. So it should be divided by 3, and the perfect square number will be 784, and the square root of 784 will be 28. Okay, now let us take one more example in which we will find out that what should be by what should be a particular number divided. Though we have already done, but we will take one more example so that it is more clear to you. Okay, now here we are asked that a number is given to us 9408. Okay, again it is not a perfect square number. Why? Because 8 is on the units place, and when there is 8 at the units place, that means the number is not a perfect square number. Okay, so again we are asked the same thing, that by which number we should divide it so that it becomes a perfect square. So since 8 is there, so we shall start dividing it by 2 because it is an even number. So 2 4s are 8, 2 7s are 14, 0 and 4. Okay, 2 2s are 4, 2 3s are 6, 2 5s are 10 and 2s. 2 1s are 2, 2 1s are 2, 2 7s are 14 and 6. Okay, 2 5s are 10, 2 8s are 16, 2 8s are 16. 2 2s are 4, 9s are 4s are. Okay, 2 1s are and 4s are and 7s are. Now it is not divisible by 2. Now it is divisible by 3. So 3, how many times will it go? 4s are, 9s are, 7 7s are, 7 1s. Okay, now 9408 is equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 times we are having 2, so 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. Okay, once we are having 3 and twice we are having 7. Again 2's are in pairs, but 3 is not in pair and 7 is in pair. Okay, so we should divide this number by 3. 9 4, since 3 is not in pairs, since 3 is not in pairs, therefore 9408 should be divided by 3. divided by 3 to make it a perfect square number. Okay, so now we will divide it. 9408 divided by 3. That gives us 3 3s are 9, 3 1s are 3, 3 3s are again 9 and 3 6s are 18. Okay, now we need not do the this thing calculation again. We can write square root of 3136 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 7. Okay, so 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 7s are 56. So it is the square of 56. Okay, so like this we can do any question, like if we are asked to multiply or to divide. If suppose two numbers would not have been in pairs, suppose if the 7 would have been also ones here. Okay, 7 would have been ones, then also, then what we would have done, the smallest number by which it should be multiplied is, we should have multiplied 3 and we should have written here 3 and 7 are not in pairs. Therefore 7408 should be divided by 3 into 7, that means 21. Okay, so like that, whichever number is not in pairs, if we are asked to divide, if we are asked by what number it should be divided, that means the number which is not in pairs, we are supposed to remove it. Okay, to remove it, we will divide the given number by those numbers. If there are two, then we will multiply both of them and then divide the given number by their product. If we are asked to multiply, अगर हमें पूछा है that we are supposed to multiply here, then again we will do the same thing. Whatever number is not in pairs, we are supposed to multiply the given number with the same. Okay, so this is the concept, that if the number is asked to divide it, then whichever numbers, if there are two numbers which are not in pairs, then we will multiply both of them and then we will divide it by the product of that number. If there is only one number which is not in pairs, then we will just divide it by that particular number. Okay, now one more type of question which is generally asked is, we are asked that which is a perfect square number which is divisible by the given two numbers or the given three numbers, like this we are asked. Okay, so let us take an example of that also. Find the smallest square number which is divisible by smallest square number which is divisible by 6, 9 and 50. We are supposed to find a smallest square number which is divisible, means they should be divisible by these also and it should be a perfect square number also. So what we are supposed to do is, first we are supposed to find out the LCM. Okay, in LCM, whichever number is not making a perfect pair, for that we have to make a pair and then we can find out the perfect square number. So how we will do that? First we will find out the LCM of these numbers, 6, 9 and 15. Okay, so 2 3s are 9 and 15. Okay, 3 1s are 3s are and 5s are. 3 1s are and 5 1 and 2. Okay, so here we see that only 3 is in pairs. Okay, but right now we have taken the LCM, so we will just see that what is the LCM here. So LCM of 6, 9 and 15 is equal to 2 into 3 into 3 into 5. Okay, to get a perfect square number, 2 and 5 are not in pairs. Therefore 2 into 5 is equal to 10 should be multiplied. Okay, so here 10 should be multiplied. So we will multiply one more 2 and 5 to this. Therefore, required number, that means required perfect square number. Okay, perfect square number is equal to 2 into 3 into, it should be, sorry, 2 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. Okay, so what will be the number? 2 2s are 4, okay, 4 3s are 12, 12 3s are 36, and 36 into 10, that gives us, sorry, 36 into 25. So let us do in another way, taking an associative property. So 2 5s will get 10 and 2 5s will get, and 3 3s are 9. That means 900 will be the perfect square number, which is divisible by 6, 9 and as well as 50. Okay, so like this we find out the number which is divisible by all these three numbers, as well as it is a perfect square number also. Okay, so hope you understood these problems, the application based questions also, which are based on squares and square roots. Okay, and in our previous video we just gave the concept of squares and square roots, so do watch that also, and in the next video we will discuss about the division method. So, and the link for the same will be given in the description box, so just watch that video also, so that the division method will also be clear to you. Thanks for watching the video, and do not forget to subscribe for the channel. Thank you.